Hello there. It's time. It's time. So we're watching Phoenix Wright! Only because I literally was about to start a Subnautica stream, but the fucking sun said, nah fam, you wait until I go to sleep. And then you can come out and play Subnautica. I'm like, fine, because I'm not even about to tip Subnautica when I can't even see the screen. But Phoenix Wright is a game where I can play because it's bright. I don't have to see anything dark. Plus, I'm gonna be real with you guys. The case that we're on, I don't like it. This case, the circus case with Maximilian Galactica and everything like that, is probably my least favorite case of the entire series, and I want to get it over with, because if I don't get it over with soon, I'm gonna lose all drive, and then I'm gonna put this aside, and then every time I'm gonna go play it, I'm gonna be like, oh, I have to do a very big circus case, and then I'm gonna put it off, and then I'm never gonna get past it. Which is a shame, because the next case, the last case for the second game, is actually really good. And then once we get to the third game, it's just balls to the wall. Fuck yeah. So, as the captain of the Sunbeam in Subnautica would say, you gotta take the good with the bad with the good. And something. Night Slasher, hello! Hello, friend. I don't know if you heard my rant at the beginning, but I was gonna play Subnautica, the sun said no, so I'm waiting for the sun to go down a bit, and then I'll play Subnautica. So, that's my plan. So for now, just some of this. And I gotta get past this case. This case being my least favorite case in the entire series. I just gotta. Okay. Gotta get through it. And I'm still recovering from this cold that I've had all week, so forgive my sniffles. I'm gonna try not to sniffle in the mic. No promises. No good without the bad. There's no bad without the... There's no bad without the good. No good without the bad. Yeah, that thing he said. Nick, what is it? I've got a confession to make. I'm no fool. I'm terrible at figuring out magic tricks. Magic tricks? Yep, magic tricks are, by their very definition, tricks, right? But I can never figure out the tricks when I see them. Well, that's because the tricks are performed by pros. They do it so you can't guess a trick. But the trick Pearly showed me was incredible! Pearls did a magic trick? What kind of trick was it? Let's see. It looked like she pulled the end of her own thumb off. That's fucking adorable. First, she put her right thumb next to her left hand, and then it just separated. She could move it up and down and everything. It was incredible. Really? Was it kind of like this? What? How? Whoa! How did you do that? Nick, you're like a real magician. See, this is just why I can't figure out magic. I'm no good at it. Especially hard tricks like flying away from the scene of a murder. You'll take all the fun out of magic if you keep trying to figure it out. Da da da, play my song. Da 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 da. I don't see any way out of this. We're stuck between a rock and a hard place. There's no way we can solve the mystery of a criminal flying by tomorrow. I was thinking, do you really think the criminal flew through the air? The only one who thinks that is Mo, right? He says that he saw it. Well, that's true. Mo looked awfully serious when he said that. Do you think he might be trying to frame Max? Well, if that was it, he would have simply said, I saw Max, and that would have been enough. There's no reason why anyone would believe he flew. But what if the criminal really did fly? There's only one person who could do that, Max. You're really not helping my confidence here, Maya. Everyone seems to hate Max. Ben, Trilo, Mo, they all have nothing nice to say. Well, that magician does seem rather full of himself, doesn't he? Especially when he says things like, customers only go to the circus to see him. He even hit Ben over the head with a bottle. But what? But that doesn't seem enough to frame another person for murder. And it was proven that neither Ben nor Mo lied on the stand. Maybe Ben saw the ringmaster wearing Max's costume. But Mo clearly said that he saw Max himself. Well, we ain't gonna solve it sitting around here playing with our dicks. Let's go see Max. Oh, my sweeties! You mind hurrying it up and getting me out of this place? We're doing our best, Max. Just hang in there. A little while ago, some people from a local TV station came by. And since I'm a famed magician, they said, let's make you your very own TV special. Really? What kind of TV special? Maximilian Galactica, the Great Prison Escape. It would be aired live. Hey, that sounds like it'd be a pretty awesome special. But if I do the special before I'm acquitted, they'll never let me out of here for real. Well, it would surely be an unnecessary addition to your troubles with the law. That's what I was thinking, but the production staff is already working on the show. If you don't get me out quick, I'll have no choice but to stage a real prison break. You seem awfully calm about that possibility. I'd have no choice. It would be a contractual obligation. That's show business. Oh, Max. So, the night of the crime, you didn't happen to fly off into the sky, did you? Here's how everything went down, sweetie. At the time of the murder, I was sitting in the ringmaster's room. Not to mention, flying off into the sky is not just something I can do at will. I don't care what the stoogey clown says, it wasn't me. Max, do you mind teaching me the trick behind flying? You'll have to forgive me, sweetie. The difference between me and the cheap imitation magicians is that I keep my mouth shut. I don't teach people tricks, but I will say this much. It's much harder than you think. I was thinking about this in court today. I got a favor to ask you. Anything for you, sweetie. Be friends with the other performers in the circus. Fabulous! A great joke! Why would I be friends with a bunch of hacks like them? But I've won on the world stage. I've won the International Grand Prix. International Grand Prix? Performers should always look to perform on the world stage. But the performers at this circus are completely and utterly devoid of ambition. That is something I can simply not tolerate. Ambition, huh? Something about what Max just said rings true to my ears. Oh my sweeties want to hear all about the Grand Prix, don't they? To be honest though, I've told this story like 100 times already, so it's a bit boring. We're sorry to make you tell it again. You must not have heard me, I am really sick of telling this story. But what can you do? I'm Maximilian Galactica, I suppose I could tell it again. Voila! Here, take a look at this! I just happen to have a picture from the Grand Prix with me. Just look at that fabulous stage. That is the first stage that I ever flew on. I flew right over the audience. The crowd erupted into applause. At that time, I thought to myself that I could die right then and become a happy man. I'll never forget how I felt that night. The emotions, the acclaim. Wow! By the way, I think everyone who is a performer should get to experience that feeling. I just wish I could explain that to the other people in the circus. That's incredible, Max. I want a trophy too. Hey, Nick, how about you buy me a trophy? That's not how you earn a trophy, my sweeties. You can have this picture of my triumph. Just make sure you show it to all the other members of the circus. Look and learn. That's what you should tell them. Learn how to get thrown in jail? Grand Prix photo added to the court record. I don't think there's anything else I can show him. Just... I guess we'll find out. You hear that? It sounds like two people arguing.
All right, let's do it. Are you ready?
Yes. Wait.
Quit your whining. Let's give this a shot already. All right, let's go.
Row, row, row your boat.
Row, row, row your boat. What are you doing? Gently down the stream. Come on, you know that.
I'm trying my best, but Trilo, this just isn't gonna work.
Do you enjoy saying dumb things? You're gonna have to be on your own someday. If you can't handle something as simple as this, what are you gonna do then?
Hello, Ben. Hello to you too, Trilo.
What are you doing here? Can't you see we're on a secret crash training course?
I'm sorry. Secret crash training? Whoa. Yes, Trilo wouldn't give up until I said we'd try out his idea for a new routine. So we're trying to sing in a round for our new ventriloquism act. In a round? You can really do that? That's incredible.
See, even they are surprised by the idea. I told you.
They're not the only ones. You even surprised me with your idea.
Once we got a grip on the basics, then it's just a matter of practice.
You think so? Oh, I almost forgot. I wanted to give this back to you.
Ah, there it is. Now that I've got this ring back, it's time to take one more shot at Regina.
Alright, today's trial. I know that you already testified in court today.
You want to talk about what we saw, right?
Yes.
Well, at first we thought it was the old man. Just looking at his walk and how he acted, right, Ben?
Huh? Oh, well, yeah, that's right.
But then we said hello and didn't even get a reply. Not to mention, he was draped in those gaudy symbols.
What would you have thought if he wasn't wearing those symbols?
What do you think, Ben?
Well, I would have thought that it was the ringmaster. Something just isn't adding up here. I wonder who they really saw. I was hoping I could ask you about Regina.
I'm completely serious about her. That's why I'm waiting for her even now.
Really? Aw, that's so sweet. But if you really wanted to see Regina, shouldn't you just check out the tent?
Ha! You haven't got a clue about things, do you, sweetheart?
What?
Waiting like this is part of being in love.
How so?
If you had a clue, you would know that waiting is such a sweet, wonderful torture. When your body aches for your partner's love, that's one of the best parts.
Yeah, I knew that. Poor Maya. She's so red, she looks like a vine-ripe tomato. So, how is this new routine working out?
Will you two just take a chill pill already? Our routines are secret. We're going to take the ventriloquism world by storm. It'll be a real revolution.
That sounds incredible.
Well, but let me make one thing clear. We're not going to take on the world just because the dork said we should.
That jerk?
Max Galactica. Performer should aim for the world. Who does he think he is?
Trilo, you seem like to be really fired up about all this.
He needs to realize that he isn't the only one who can conquer the world stage.
You're right.
Mark my words, I, Triloquist, will win the Grand Prix.
You're the man now, doll.
Row, row, row your boat will be the key to a glorious victory.
Not to rain on your parade, but wouldn't a more mature song be best?
Hey, you gotta start somewhere, right? Don't screw this up. You've gotta be part of this too.
I guess I'll show them the photo. Would you mind taking a look at this? Oh, they don't even want to see it. Is there anything I can show you guys? You guys care about any of this? Probably not. Maybe not. How about that monkey? Fine. Let's move on then. Whoa, it's you two! Hey, Gumshoe. I get giddy every time Gumshoe shows up. I'm like, hey, it's Gumshoe. Hang on, did I silence my phone? Yes, I did. Could be. You look like you just got hit by a truck. Shouldn't you get some rest? Oh, I'm taking a rest. I'm taking a rest right now, pal. I've been listening to some crazy clown's life story. Miss Von Karma told me to come down here and do this for her. Yeah, I figured as much. Let me tell you something, pal. Listening to that old clown sucks all your energy. Every time he's done talking, he looks at you like you should be doing something. I think he's waiting for you to laugh at his jokes. I know that, pal. Do you have any idea how much your face hurts if you're fake laughing that much? Franziska really set you up bad this time, didn't she? If you ask me, she should be listening to Mo herself. No way, pal! You're not gonna get me to backbite a woman with a whip. No way. Why are you defending her? Prosecutor Von Karma's always got her eyes on us, and every time you definitely don't want her to show up, poof, there she is. Don't show up, don't show up, don't show up, don't show up, don't show up. Looks like she's wound up pretty tight. She's directly above us as we speak. Huh? How's that possible? According to the clown, the culprit jumped from here and disappeared into the sky. Well, if that's what happened, it means the killer passed right by this window, pal. Oh, I see. Still playing that lawyer game? Yay, Mohammed! Welcome, welcome! Yes, I'm still playing that lawyer game. We're in the second game now, and there's still a third game after this, so I'm going to be playing it for a while. Who lives in that room behind that window up there? Plus, it's a good game for me to play at this time of day because the sun's coming down and I can't see anything, so I can't play any of my darker games. The acrobat's got his room up on the 3rd floor, it seems. Pretty soon, Miss Von Karma's gonna start her investigation up there. So don't get any ideas of going up to the acrobat's room. Got it, pal? Franziska Von Karma. Once she's done with her investigation, I think I'll go up there and check it out. Let's go see Mo. Mo's not here. If he was here, you would have been able to tell even before you stepped into his room. I'm sure you would have heard him laughing away. Ha 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 ha. What do you think he's doing? What do you think he is laughing at when he's all by himself? I always thought he was just thinking up new jokes. He must really love his work. I'll give him that. I'll give him that. He does love what he does. He got that fiery passion. He got that fiery passion. Huh? Where's Regina? I don't know. But if she's with that tiger, I don't want to find out. Let's hurry up and get out of here. Nick, you're kind of a chicken, aren't you? No. I'm just, allergic to wild tigers. Oh, right! Welcome to the wondrous, fabulous in the cafeteria! Yikes, he's in an awfully good mood. Alright, you know what time it is. Riddle time! What? Why does everyone cry when they eat a Mexican pizza? Come on, you... Because cafeteria Mexican pizza is possibly a weapon of bowel destruction? Wrong! Try again! Okay, what do you think, girlie? I got it! Okay, what's your answer? Because they are in the cafeteria. Exactly! It's an incredibly sad place, that cafe! I did it! What's going on? He's being too nice. Today's been a real crazy day, hasn't it? Well, you're telling me. I didn't think it was going to be so tough. Tough? Yeah, it was a tough crowd. That's what you call a crowd that refuses to laugh. For instance, it was such a tough crowd this morning that I had to smash watermelons. I told them all a great story and even greater jokes, but no one busted out laughing. You even used the famed no shoes, no shirt, no service joke. Exactly! How can you not laugh at stunning comedy like that? Rough for you, I'm the one who took that big-ass penalty today. Are you 100% sure about your testimony today? I saw what I saw, I swear! That creep just flew through the air? It wasn't exactly flying per se, it was more like floating. The silhouette of his face made me positive it was Max. I don't see a Cyclock. He must be telling the truth. Ah, not this picture. He showed it to you guys too? Huh? You've seen it as well? Well, you know what they say about Maximilian Galactica. He really gets around. Hey. Oh, yeah. He didn't just show me the picture. What do you mean? Well, he showed me his bust too. Let me tell you, that thing is enormous. It's in the picture, I think. He'd make us worship it every day. He made us bow to its greatness. He's got a big bust. I wouldn't mind hearing more about Max's bust. Not that I'm into that sort of thing. Max's bust should be on that small table over there. There's nothing over there. Really? Oh yeah. When was it? I'd say about 5 days ago. All of a sudden, the bust disappeared. It disappeared? Well, if you want to see it, there's a photo on the bulletin board over there. Max just had to put the picture up. Hey, this thing's really cool. Nick, I want someone to make a bust of me. Sure, as long as I'm not paying for it. Aww. Bronze statue taken from the cafeteria before the crime. Is there anything else that's changed about this place? Nope, nothing's changed that I could see. I wonder if he's actually thinking about this, or if he's just setting up a bad joke. Nope, I'm drawing a blank here. A quiet Mo is a good Mo in my book. I guess there really aren't any other things that could have changed, huh? Well, there is this one teensy tiny thing that does seem different. Tell us! Well, on the morning of the crime, over in that bulletin board, this piece of paper was posted front and center. Piece of paper? It's torn, so I don't know what it said, but I could see its title. Yikes! It says, "To the murderer." Murderer? Yep, that's what it says, but the rest of it's been ripped off. And I don't know who posted it. When did you find this? The morning before the murder. Before the murder? Yeah, the ringmaster was killed the night after this paper was discovered. Who in the world posted this thing? Note, posted in the cafeteria the day of the crime, then torn. States, "To the murderer." Nick, I think we better follow up on this important lead. Yeah, that's probably a good idea, Maya. That's a good idea. Let's go check out the ringmaster's room. Max and the ringmaster had their talk in this room. That could have been when the ringmaster put on Max's costume and went outside. Why did he do that anyway? Was it really that cold or something? Well, it was snowing, but... Can I look at this paper now? You may not know this, but they call this a tailcoat. And they call this the face of someone who already knew that. What? A scrap of white paper sticking out of the coat pocket. Huh? Where? Calm down, Maya. You can't just go rummaging through people's coats. Aw, you almost make me feel like I'm doing something wrong. I still can't look at it? Why? How come I can look at everything again? It's just gonna say the same stuff. Yep, it's gonna say the same stuff. Okay, I'm not gonna bother unless I absolutely have to. I guess we should go ask Max about this. Do you know anything about this note? The morning of the murder, it was posted on the wall in the cafeteria. I do know all about that note. When I read it, my heart certainly skipped a beat. Your heart skipped a beat? While I was enjoying my morning tea, the ringmaster and company entered the room. And company? I guess it wasn't really a company, it was just the ringmaster and my sweetie pie. When the ringmaster read the note, he turned an incredible bright red. All of a sudden, he tore it off the wall and shoved it into the pocket of his tailcoat. Really? Oh, can I look at it now? Out of curiosity, what in the world was written on that thing? Let's see. Uh-huh. Oh, I don't want to steal the fun from my sweeties. Go and find out on your own. I'm sure you can find it somewhere. You might also want to ask my sweetie pie princess. Thanks. 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 Okay! Hey, do you see that? There's a scrap of paper shoved into the pocket of the tailcoat. You know, I got a feeling I know what that is. I bet that's the other half of the note that Mo gave us. Then let's hurry up and check this thing out, Nick. I knew it! It fits perfectly with the other piece. What does it say? What does it say? To the murderer. I have conclusive evidence of what took place. Meet me at 10 o'clock p.m. tonight at the Lodging House Plaza. Tonight at 10 p.m.? That's when the murder took place. Now we need to find out who called out the ringmaster. Oh, snap. It's been expertly cleaned and pressed. It's got one perfect crease. The ringmaster must have liked things neat and tidy. This is kind of pointless, isn't it? There's no way this beats Mo's room. Now that's cool. All I can hear in my head right now is, aha, 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 aha. Insert Titus laugh here. But where is oh? What? Mo's gone. There's a message on the bulletin board. I'm hungry, so I'm off to get some hamburgers. Love, Mo. Hamburger. Just thinking about it's making me hungry. All of a sudden, I need a burger bad. All of a sudden, I need a new partner bad. Haha, got him. Hey, do you guys know anything about this? Okay, fine. Well, they said I gotta talk to Regina, so I gotta find Regina somewhere. Oh, Gumshoe's got something new to say. Hey, Detective Gumshoe, I'm sure you did a good job as usual. Well, I am done with the investigation of the acrobat, finally. But with Miss Von Karma... Nick, what is that? What's that beeping sound? Oh, it's Miss Von Karma. Huh? Every time I hear that sound, she's usually not very far behind. Some sort of pager or something? If you don't mind, pal, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here real quick. See ya, pal! I didn't know the Gumshoe could run that fast. So much for being a flatfoot. Never seen a grown man so afraid of a girl still in her teens. Well, let's go inside. It's freezing out here. The wind's as biting as... Ow! As biting as lashes from a whip! Fun, bitch face! Oh, she really did appear. It was a real battle today in court, wasn't it, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Did you have to jump out and scare us like that? What can I do for you? Tomorrow will be the day that my dream finally comes true. You mean the story of my defeat at your hands making the national news? National news? You possess such a small sense of scale. The global news, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Your miserable plight will be known internationally. I think she might be overestimating the importance of a win by just a smidge. Miss Von Karma, it appears that you got your hands into something big, huh? Ha! I'm amazed you picked up on that much. Anyone could. You couldn't hide that look of victory with 10 paper bags on your head. I've got conclusive evidence and a conclusive witness. Need any more hints? A conclusive witness? You must mean the acrobat, right? I am putting in the summons for him to be called as a witness as we speak. It's the final nail in your coffin, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Yeah, I get it already. You want to beat and destroy me. I can't worry about her. I've got to try and find out more information myself. Why do you keep giving Nick the evil eye? It doesn't matter if you prove the defendant guilty tomorrow. Nothing will be able to bring your dad back. My dad. You must mean the esteemed Manfred von Karma. Of course, your dad. I know you miss him. Enough out of you. One more word and you'll get a mouthful of whip. Now, When did I ever bring up my papa's name into this, or any other conversation? Huh? Then what's this revenge thing you're talking about? You wouldn't understand, Mr. Phoenix, right? I have to see him again, one more time. Him? I'm sure you know whom I refer. Miles Edgeworth! What? Edgeworth? Mr. Edgeworth? Miles Edgeworth? All this time, I thought you were mad about your dad, but you... Edgeworth? Miles Edgeworth, why would you even bring him up? You haven't forgotten, haven't you? Do you know who it was that trained the gifted prosecutor Miles Edgeworth? Manfred von Karma? Exactly right, it was my papa. That means that Edgeworth was... Right again. Miles was like a little brother to me. Huh? Little brother? But Edgeworth and Nick are the same age. Edgeworth. I miss my boy! The man who inspired me to become an attorney. I fought against him in a few cases. But a little after that case was over, he vanished. It's your fault he's gone. Huh? It's the truth, isn't it, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Nick, what does she mean? Edgeworth was never quite the same after that case, and then with the case after that one. He never set foot into court again. And then one day, he just vanished. All he left was a simple note at the prosecutor's office. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth chooses death. That was 1 year ago. It was a few months after you left to go back home. Mr. Edgeworth, he's dead? I don't believe it. He's still alive, I'm sure of it. Somewhere in this world, he's still alive. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth chooses death? Of course he did. You ruined his reputation as a prosecutor. You effectively killed the prosecutor in him. Just like your victory muddied the honorable name von Karma. I'm going to find him. And then I'm going to teach him his rightful place with my own 2 hands. Nick, about Mr. Edgeworth? Maya, I already told you this once. Don't make me do it again. Don't bring up his name in front of me again, okay? Nick? Miss von Karma? What? I don't know if you're God's gift to prosecutors or not, but I've had about enough of you, and him too! What in the world happened? This dog is all bark and no bite. He's already been defeated. Regardless, I have nothing to inform you two of today. Tomorrow will be the greatest courtroom battle this country has ever seen. Nick? Let's go. We need to talk to the performer on the 3rd floor. I'm sorry I brought it up, Nick. Phoenix ain't got time. See, as much as I don't like this case, my least favorite case of the series, that part's so good. Oh boy, new character. Ah, you must be Phoenix Wright. Yes. Pleased to meet you. I'm Ken Dingling. But here at the circus, everyone just calls me Acro. Mr. Acro? How do you know my name? The detective told me. He said you'd definitely show up here. Acro, you're a member of the circus as well? That's right. I mainly performed on the tightrope or the flying trapeze. But nowadays, all I perform in is my wheelchair. Acro, why did you join the circus? When I was a kid, my parents failed miserably at business. Then one night, they decided to run away from it all, without me. Huh? The only person who was willing to take my parents' place was the ringmaster. The ringmaster took such incredible care of me. He was truly a lifesaver. It seems like the ringmaster truly was a saint. He was. That's why I decided to do something very important. I decided that I would devote my entire life to finding a way to repay him. And now, look how someone repaid him for all of the good in his life. It's such a shame. Sometimes I think that he was almost too kind. Perhaps he was too kind to his performers. Perhaps he was too kind to his daughter. I wonder if he spoiled Regina. Regina's so cute. She's truly a princess. Truly a princess. Are you sure that's a good thing? Do I detect a hint of a grudge against Regina? I'm sorry to ask, but why are you in a wheelchair? The nerves in my legs were badly damaged. And you can't walk now? I can't even stand now. And since I live on the 3rd floor, I can't even leave this building by myself. That's awful. The accident happened during an acrobatic session, right? Oh, what the? Oh, damn it. Cyclops! Doesn't seem like Acro's injuries were acrobatic in nature. What's on your mind, Mr. Wright? Well, exactly when were you injured? It's been almost 6 months since I was hurt. I injured my legs during practice. 6 months ago? What in the world went on in this circus then? I stopped by yesterday and noticed that you weren't in your room. I was at the hospital all day yesterday. Ah, you went there for rehabilitation? What about the murder? Of course I knew about it. I spoke with the police before they allowed me to go into the hospital. Before I got the call from the prosecutor, I was convinced that it was all a dream. Huh? I just couldn't believe it. When I saw what I saw... What you saw? Jeez, that sounded really ominous. What did you see, Acro? That night, I was in bed sleeping when I heard a huge sound coming from below my window. I see. The scene of the crime was right below your window. That's when I looked out the window. What did you see? He was flying straight up into the air. He? Maximilian Galactica. What? You too? Wow, that's what I thought he'd say. You're absolutely positive that it was Max you saw flying? I am absolutely sure. There's no doubt in my mind. Nick? What's your animosity towards Regina? Regina? She's cool, isn't she? And can you believe such a cute girl is an animal tamer? It seems animals are not the only thing she tames. Huh? Max, the ringmaster, Ben? She's got them all under her thumb. What do you mean by that? Maybe I went a bit overboard. It's just Regina's innocence. She was incredibly sheltered as a child. I'd say it seems that way. That's why she can be so cruel. What? Regina's just like the animals she claims to tame. She's innocent, thus she can be cruel. I wonder what happened between Acro and Regina. You want to talk about it, champ? No, you don't want to talk about it. I don't think I have anything I can break this Cyclops with. I literally have nothing that has to do with him yet. So let's go. We gotta find Regina. Oh shit, wait. Is Mo here? No, okay. Let's see if Regina is here. Oh no. Oh no, I've got a bad feeling about this. Ah, Nick! Oh, wonderful! Today's special must be Filet-O-Phoenix! Stay! Heal! Oh, Maya, Nick, it's you guys. I'm sorry, I guess I made a mistake. A mistake? Yeah, a little one. I was thinking of teaching whatever primate was out there a lesson. But I was expecting more of a monkey than a human. A monkey? I talk about money. It's a pity about what happened to the ringmaster. Dad? Everyone loved him, didn't they? He must have been quite a man.
He was. I love my dad so much.
I hate to say it, but she doesn't seem all that broken up about her father.
That's why I feel so lonely.
Now that I won't be able to see him for a while. For a while? Yeah. When Leon died, I talked with my dad and he told me that when someone dies, they just become a star in the heavens. Star? That means that my dad is looking down on me from the sky. That's why I love the night so much. I can see everyone who's gone. When someone dies, they just become a star in the heavens. That's kind of sweet. But I bet you there's no way that Maya believes that.
What do you mean there's no way I believe in that?
Do you think that one day I'll be a star too?
Of course.
You really think so? Yeah, you will. I think. I've got a feeling that everyone is doing great up there in the sky. I wonder if everything's alright with Regina. Just to go back and clear something up, why'd you want to teach Money a lesson? Because he's a meanie. He's got something that means a lot to me. Something that means a lot to you? It must be something shiny, right? Actually, it's a stage costume. It's got lots of spangles. It's really beautiful. You should see it. We should? When the costume gets hit by the spotlight, it dazzles. Hey, Mr. Attorney?
Huh?
If you saw that monkey, you'd get my costume back for me, wouldn't you? It's really important to me. Gladly. But of course, I'll get it for you. Leave it all up to us. I guess there's no turning down that request.
Yay! You're really gonna do it?
Let's see, can I ask you about Max again? Hey Maya, do you know if Max is doing okay? Well, I don't think I'd go so far as to say he was okay. Aw, I hope he comes back here real soon. I'm sure he's gonna come back here. Right, Nick? There's no way he would lose with you helping him, right, Mr. Attorney? Yeah, of course. If I'm right, you're right. Oh, that guy. His name is Ben, right? Huh? You don't know him? I don't know. He doesn't really catch my eye. He's friends with Trilo, right? Wait. We're the ones asking the questions around here.
Oh, it's Acro! Is he in his room today?
Yes he is. We just came back from a meeting with him.
I hope his legs get better soon. Acro's so incredible, especially on the trapeze.
The trapeze is that enormous swing hanging from the top of the tent, right?
Yep, that's it. I really want to see him up there again. Acro the acrobat.
That's strange. Acro doesn't seem to have very many nice things to say about Regina, but Regina seems to like Acro just fine.
He's been a good friend to my dad for a really long time now. My dad always said, when it comes to who I can entrust the circus to, it's definitely Mo. Yep, that clown is one lovable stooge. Don't you think so, Nick?
No comment. Anything new? No? Why? How about this? Regina, have you ever seen this before?
I know what that is. Really? Well, it was in my pocket for a while.
It was in your pocket? This piece of paper was in your pocket.
I guess I noticed it was there around the breakfast time.
Breakfast time?
Yeah, I always take Acro his breakfast in the morning, and that's when I also take out the trash in his room. Then I go to the cafeteria and eat my own breakfast.
That's when you realized this piece of paper was in your pocket?
Yep, but since I'm not a murderer, I just figured it belonged to someone else's pocket.
And then what?
I wondered if the person who lost it was in trouble, so... You didn't put it on the bulletin board in the cafeteria, did you? I did! I stuck it up there. How'd you know?
Oh, so it was Regina who put it up there? When did this happen?
The morning of the murder, I think.
That explains a lot.
I wonder who wrote this.
Note updated. Found in Regina's pocket. mourning the crime. There's no denying it. Max is cool. I want to try flying someday with Max. She's already flown off into her own little world. Nick, I want to try flying too. Okay. Think about it. That's Pepper, isn't it? From the cafeteria. Huh? It's from the cafeteria? It's not? I remember seeing it there. Oh, so this was the cafeteria's Pepper. You know, I'm not a big fan of Pepper. What about this? What can you tell me? I'm not really good at figuring out hard things. Really? You too? But you're such a good talker. I never expected Maya to make a new friend in a strange place like this. He just loves to cause nothing but trouble, that cute little monkey. But don't you think using a tiger to scare him is a bit much? Huh? Why's that? Do you really have to ask that? It's dangerous to use a tiger for that kind of thing. It's not dangerous at all. Regent's just a little kitten. I've seen plenty of kittens, and that's no kitten. You gotta be kidding me. Alright, moving on. Huh, lucky. Something smells fantastic. So we know it can't be Mo. Wait, I know what it is. It's burgers. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Bistro du Cirque, aka the cafeteria. It smells so good in here. And those burgers look great. She's drooling like she's some sort of crazed burger monster. That's because Maya is a crazed burger monster. My burgers are the best. Juicy meat, toasted buns, and special sauce. They are absolutely irresistible to anyone with a hankering for a burger. One bite will send you to hamburger heaven. I bet. I can tell by the smell. Whoa. I'm getting hungry too. Those burgers must have some kind of special power. Now that the ringmaster's gone, what are you going to do? Well, that's all I've thought about the past 2 days. Everyone loved Russell. You've heard Acro's story, haven't you? Like how he was adopted when he was younger? He's calmed down a bit now, but he was livid when he heard about the murder. Acro was so upset that he said he couldn't go on. He was that upset? Yes, he was. Anyway, I gave it some thought. Maybe I should give up on trying to be a half-baked clown. I've been thinking of trying on the ringmaster's shoes. What? Really? Max would still be an issue, though. Max? He may be a bit mean and hard to work with, but it's hard to argue his importance. He's probably the reason the circus is still around. A lot of what he says is right. Mo? All that's left is to see if everyone can get over the tragedy. You know. The tragedy? You know? Wait, what is he talking about? Get over what tragedy, Mo? Huh? Don't worry about it. It's nothing. Nothing at all. He must mean the tragic death of the ringmaster, right? Yes, that's it. You're right, girlie. Dang, dang, dang. Correctamundo. Doesn't he mean ding? Mo, I mean no disrespect here, but are you lying to us? No, not at all. What makes you think that? Just the way you said it, if everyone can get over the tragedy, seems a bit strange. It sounded like you were talking about something from a long time ago. Mo, am I? I'm right. I don't know what kind of noise that was. Mo, I'm right, aren't I? God damn it, another one? So now we're getting closer to the truth. It was about 6 months ago. It was just a little accident. Give me a break. Us old men have accidents. I wear big pants for a reason. 6 months ago, huh? Does this belongs here? Can you tell me about it? Sorry, I don't know anything about that. I see. After all, I'm just a clown. You can't tell me about Pepper because you're a clown? Let's see here. To the murderer. Not that far from polite. Where'd you find the rest of this note anyway? Maybe it'd be best if I didn't tell Mo where I found it. Don't worry about it, Mo. If I didn't need to worry about it, you shouldn't have shown it to me. I can't stand Max and his attitude sometimes. I know. But lately... Huh? It's just, lately I've started to understand what he is always going on about. What is it then? Well, I'm not sure if I can explain it all that well just yet. Just when you think it's impossible, Mo flashes a glimpse of maturity. Can you tell us about it? No, okay. Let's show Max the murder note. I think that's gonna be what we should do next. Wait, I haven't shown you guys the murder note! Ah, you guys are gonna be no fucking help. Fine. I guess I can show it to Acro too. They must have taken Max in for questioning again. Ah, god damn it. Fine. I didn't want to talk to him anyways. What's this? Oh, that's what we want to know. It was posted in the cafeteria the morning before the murder. In the cafeteria? Whoa, what happened? He suddenly looks incredibly serious. If it's got something to do with her, then you should go straight to the source. Her? Regina, ask her about it. But we did. You know anything about the paper? No. How about Max's bust? And you'll have to forgive me, but I try not to think about him. Akra won't even look at it. Looks like something's really weighing on him. Do you have that dress here? That tire swing is new. Ew, it's a huge pile of trash. One man's trash is another monkey's treasure. I guess you're right. Hey, look, they're all shiny things. He's even got a motorcycle exhaust. What do they call this thing? Oh, a tuba, right? Of course it's a tuba, silly. You didn't know that? Hey, it's a picture of Regina. Well, she is a shining beauty. No objections here. Oh, her dress up to here. Money must use this to swing around on. Go ahead, Nick. I know you want to ride on it, too. Maybe later. This bed is incredibly well made. It's almost like a maid made it up. Even the laundry on top of the bed is folded perfectly. Nick, there's nothing unusual about that at all. It's how things are supposed to be. Why can't a man respect another man for doing something said man cannot do? Damn! Put me on blast, Maya. It's a monkey calendar. Akra must really love monkeys. I don't think I asked him about Money the monkey. Money is a great friend to me. That pile of treasure over there is his collection, huh? It is indeed. Money will bring back anything with him. Aw, that's so cute! Yeah, I'm not great with the ladies, but I seem to be pretty popular with the animals. And that's it. And that's it, huh? You want to know about Max? Well, his colleagues in the circus all seem to hate him. What about you, Acro? I've got my issues with him as well, but he also just happens to have a diamond shining in his soul. A diamond shining in his soul? I guess you could say it is his pride as a performer. We didn't have that pride in ourselves before Max arrived. Honestly, I think he brought something wonderful to the circus when he came. Acro? Well, this guy's really different from the other members of the circus. I was hoping you could shed some light on Ben. Well, he'll always be here, and as long as he's here, he really can only continue to be a ventriloquist. Whether that's a good thing for him or not, I'm afraid I really can't say. The ringmaster. He was even more than a father to me. When he took me in, the circus was in bad shape. It was obvious that he had no real way of supporting us. What does he mean by us? Is that why you started with acrobatics? But back then, I was only 9 years old. I begged the ringmaster to let me try, and he finally gave in. Having a kid in the circus was probably the last thing in the world that he wanted. I just wanted to be helpful, so I could help the ringmaster. That's such a nice story. The ringmaster really believed in Mo, 100%. What will happen to the circus now that the ringmaster's gone? The beginning of the Lawrence Curls era, I suppose? I wonder if it's really alright to let Mo run the show. Mr. Wright, you don't know much about Mo, I suspect. You can see right through me. Aw, Nick, you can't let him get to you like that. You're an attorney. I can't believe what happened to the ringmaster. Such a wonderful man. What a pity. I have no clue what to do with my life now. I'm sorry. This circus meant everything to me. But don't worry about me. There are still things that I have left to do in this world. I guess we're gonna have to try to break the Cyclops. We have nothing else we can do. Him and Mose. About the wheelchair. I have to ask you, how are you injured? I'm sorry, I thought we talked about this. It was an accident that happened during practice. An accident during practice? Yes, unfortunately, acrobats are prone to all sorts of injuries. He's lying. If that were the real case, he'd have no reason to keep it a secret. After all, you're really telling me that a practice accident was the cause of your injury? Oh, damn it. I don't have anything to show for that. Oh, damn. No, we're done with this already. Mo has the beginning of it. We gotta crack Mo first. And then we can get the rest from Acro. Plus, it should be easier to break a 2-lock than a 3-lock. Mo, please tell us what happened 6 months ago. What in the world went on at the circus? Okay, there's no need to look so scary when you ask me. Hey, look over there! Some juicy burgers! Let's eat instead! Unfortunately, I'm more of a grilled chicken sandwich man myself. But Phoenix, blasphemy! I like both. Actually, I've kind of got an idea of what happened back then. Mo, you said something about an accident. This wouldn't happen to be the cause of that accident, would it? Was it this? Oh my god, I still only have 1 penalty bar? I just saw that! Looks tasty! What? You know, the burgers! Oh no! Oh no! Okay, good. I didn't get a game over. I was like, am I gonna have to redo all this again? No! Save your game! I don't have anything about the incident. God damn it! Anything new on the bulletin board? Bulletin board for bulletins. Nothing... No, nothing here. He's always been a very private guy. When he came here, he was only about 10 years old. We had just started the very big circus around the time that Russell took him in. Those were really hard memories to bring up. Acro was so happy to have joined the circus. He was especially grateful to the ringmaster, and I'm sure he's grateful to you too. Be careful, right? I was like, that scared the shit out of me. I was like, no, don't let it be the end, no! Oh, he's grateful to me too? Aw, shucks, you guys are exaggerating. He's fidgeting around so much, you can tell that he's embarrassed. Nobody wants to tell me shit. Okay. How about you? Bitch, you haven't told me much. I'm going to like start... Oh, wait a second. The note says, to the murderer, you haven't forgotten about what happened 6 months ago, have you? I have conclusive evidence of what took place. I don't think that's going to be enough to... Is that what I have to show? Well, now that I know I can't die, it's worth a shot. It's the only thing I have that talks about 6 months ago. So... Oh, that's not the cause of the accident, though. No, it's not. Unless this is what I have to show Acro? Fuck, I have no fucking idea! Fucking game! This is why I don't like this case! I remember every time I played this game like 4 times with various people throughout my life, and I still get fucking stuck in this case every time! Okay, if I don't figure this out, I'm just gonna look it up. For the sake of the stream. That's not gonna help either. Holy shit, what the fuck am I... Okay, hang on. Hang on. Hold, please. This has gone on far too long. I'm gonna pull up my emergency fact. Okay. Let's go to... Yeah. Turn about Big Top. Investigation Day 2. Okay, I'm in the telco, talk to One Karma, talk to Acro, get Cyclock, talk to Regina. Wait a sec. Oh my god, what the fuck? Wait. Talk to Regina? What the fuck? I have talked to Regina. What in the tarnation? Oh yeah, talk to her about the dress. And then present the note. I did. Her dress is in Mo's room? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, I don't like it. Oh, it's like the one place. Oh, because the place I haven't come to. Mo's not here. Yeah, he's in the cafeteria. What's that? I hear something. Stop it, Nick. You're scaring me. Oh, the fucking monkey's in here. Nick, it's money. Oh, that monkey's holding something. That's it. That's the thing that means a lot to Regina, remember? All right. Time to take on this monkey. Attorney style. God damn it, Phoenix. Let's see. Give it back, monkey brain. Or stay. Or ooh. Scratch, scratch. Yeah, monkey style. Yikes! It doesn't matter what you pick for that, by the way. I tried to have a monkey-to-monkey talk with him. I really did. Nick, you... I swiped it while Money was distracted. Wow, you really are on the ball today, Nick. Let me see it. Let me see it. Huh? You can't see... You can see it fine from where you are. You know what I mean. I really want to try it on Regina's costume. Maybe then they'll take you in the circus, and I can get some peace and quiet. What's the matter? It doesn't fit me at all. Oh, well, I guess it's time for you to lay off the burgers. Not to mention, it doesn't look like something any girl I know would actually wear. The stage costume. It's not my size at all. I like that that's a point. Okay, well... wasn't too bad, I just didn't think to go to Mo's room. Here you go, Regina. Yay! Thank you! You really got it back for me. Don't mention it. I love you, Mr. Attorney. Oh, well, it's nothing. No wonder guys melt to mush in front of this girl. Hey, Regina, that costume is yours, right? I tried it on, but it didn't fit me. Huh? This costume? Oh, this isn't mine. It was Leon's. Leon's? You know, the lion that she told us about. Oh, the one that someone killed. Yeah, there we go. Leon, he was killed, wasn't he? That's right, my dad killed him. Why? Well, Leon did something really bad during practice. During practice? Leon was sitting down, and then he opened his mouth, you know, grah. Well, usually when he did that, I would put my head into his mouth. Wait, you put your head into a lion's mouth? I sure did. The people in the crowd always loved seeing me do that. They'd always start screaming. You sure they'd be screaming because they'd love seeing you do that? Anyways, what was the bad thing? Oh yeah, Leon bit someone during that practice. Regina, everything was alright though, right? No, it wasn't alright. That was the problem. My dad was incredibly angry. And that's when Leon... Yeah, that's when he became a star in the sky. Oh, poor thing. Oh, it's like Harambe. The animal show's lion, shot by the ringmaster 6 months ago for biting a performer. Now we have some traction. Oh, no, she won't talk about that. As much as I don't like this case, look, my least favorite case in the series, it still gives me feels at the very end. It's got a good ending to it. It's just everything in between is such a trudge. Oh, we should talk to Mo first. God, you have to go through all these places just to get to... That's also why I don't like it. The layout of this fucking circus.
Take that!
This wouldn't happen to be the cause of that accident, would it? I heard... Oh my god, look at my small... I need some life back. I heard a little bit about it from Regina. This is all your fault, Mo. Leon made a mistake during practice, right? How did you... I told him so many times, you shouldn't be doing such dangerous acts. Like putting her head inside Leon's mouth, right? Yeah, but Regina believed in Leon. She believed so strongly that the ringmaster went along. He never could say no to her. Out of curiosity, who was bitten? Come on, Mo. Don't climb up on me now. Who did Leon bite on the head? Well, I promised I wouldn't say anything. You promised? He's involved in this too. He's involved, huh? Mo must be talking about... Mo, is this the person you promised you wouldn't say anything? It must have been Acro, right? How did you know? Don't worry about that, Mo. Getting to the bottom of this accident may help solve what happened to the ringmaster. No way! I need to know the truth about what happened to Russell. Please, tell me what you know. I'm sorry, Acro. Oh, thank God. Give me that life back. Give me that delicious life. Nom 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 nom. Oh, so good. It's just like you said. You know, the accident. Did someone die? No, but it would have probably been better if he had. What? How would that have been better? He's still alive, but when he got bit, he suffered massive brain damage. He'll never recover from the coma that he's in. Coma? All he does now is lie in his bed at the hospital. And that's all he's ever going to be able to do. I see. How is he related to Acro? Well, he's his brother. Huh? The person who got bit was Acro's brother. Brother? They were an acrobat team of brothers. Acro and Bat. Cute nicknames, though. Anyway, they were an incredible team, cut down together in their prime. Who is Acro's younger brother? Shondigling, but everyone always called him Bat. He fell in love with Regina. Trying to win her love was his downfall. Everyone seems to fall in love with Regina. 6 months ago, while we were practicing, all of a sudden, Bat blurts out, "Let me perform with Leon." Why did he do that? I don't know, but that's what caused the accident. I'll never forget that moment. It was so strange. Leon had the weirdest look on his face. He was smiling. You mean Leon? Yes, Leon. When he bit down, he was smiling. Some sick grin. No way! That's impossible! A smirking lion? A flying murderer? Why does it seem like it's always Mo who catches all these incredible events? Nick, can lions smile? We never told the police about the incident. The circus would have been shut down if we had. The next day, the ringmaster took Leon out and shot him with a rifle. So that's what really happened. Well, you guys were so serious. What was I supposed to do? I had to tell you. But all this truthfulness has put me in the mood for a burger. Here, you two have some pepper. Shaka, 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 shaka. There he goes again, acting like his normal crazy self. Achoo! Achoo! Nice! What a wonderful sneeze! Huh? You think so? You sneeze with pepper and slip on a banana peel. That's basic clownsmanship. Girlie, I know you gotta understand that. Nick, I think I'd make a good clown. Other than Regina, I've never seen a cuter sneezer. Does Regina sneeze with pepper too? She does. Bat would always tease her with pepper. Bat? From my point of view, those two always looked so perfect together. They looked perfect together? Huh. Thanks, fam. What do you think about this person? Oh, you're not gonna say nothing about that? Fine, fuck you. Now we can go. Now, Mr. Wright, back again I see. Well, he did say, "I'll be back." Wait, or was that someone else? Terminated reference. We're back because Acro's hiding while his legs were injured. He was hurt in the accident 6 months ago. It would seem that he knows what we know. Well, it seems like you've got things you want to talk about, so fire away. Don't mind if I... Wait. Okay, don't mind if I do. I have to ask you how you were injured. Yes, injured. You were telling me that a practice accident was the cause of your injury? I don't... Oh, is this really gonna be... Leon. 6 months ago, you were attacked by the lion. That's when you were injured. Okay. I know I'm on the right track. I just need to keep going. You're saying that I was attacked by a lion? That's what I'm saying. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright, but I'm an acrobat. I'm no animal tamer. If a lion was coming after me, I'd be running for the exit. Okay, maybe attacked isn't the best word to be using. So, let me rephrase that as battle the lion. You seem to enjoy telling jokes. Why would I decide to battle a lion? Because you had to fight it. You had to fight it to save someone. Your brother! Bat. It was a shame what happened to your brother 6 months ago. You tried to save him, didn't you? And that's how you got that terrible injury. Mo, he must have told you. Yes, we learned about Bat from Mo, but he didn't mention anything about you in regards to the accident. I suppose it was just a slip of the tongue on his part. That's how I figured it out. A slip of the tongue? Anyways, they were an incredible team, cut down together in their prime. Cut down together. That's where he slipped. And that's how I figured it out. You two ended up at the center of the same accident, together, like always. I see. But an accident is an accident. It wasn't anyone's fault. I still haven't broken Acro's last psych lock. This must be one incredibly deep-seated secret. It wasn't anyone's fault. Do you care to explain more? Acro, I know you're still hiding something from me. Maybe someone you don't seem to like much is the reason why you're being evasive.
Take that!
Regina. You always seem so calm and collected until you start talking about her. Saying things like, she is cruel. Well done, Mr. Attorney. You've got quite the set of eagle eyes. You know, her tiger tried to attack me. Regent tried to attack you? Twice! He wasn't serious, I'm sure. You're not trying to insinuate that I believe she spurred Leon to attack Bat, are you? Leon was never taught a command to attack people. Regina is incapable of doing anything like that. Besides, Regina had no reason to want to hurt my little brother. Regina and Bat were such good friends back then. But you still hate Regina. I've got proof of it. What? What are you talking about? Oh, maybe I overdid it again. But if I can hand something over to Acro, maybe it'll... Here's proof that you had it out for Regina all along. Could it be the note? This... Where did you get it? Regina posted it on the bulletin board in the cafeteria. Before that, it was in her pocket. Oh, lost one! I didn't see you there! Oh, you evil son of a clown, give me a big-ass penalty. Right? Give me back my life, Mo. Give me back my life, Mo. I guess I noticed it was around there on breakfast time. I always take Acro his breakfast in the morning. You wrote this, and then you put it in her pocket. That's right, isn't it? That's right. Well done, Mr. Wright. Got him! Yeah, give me back more of that sweet, delicious life force. Yum, 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 yum. Oh, so good. I am fully restored. Now talk. My legs were injured by Leon 6 months ago. My younger brother, Bet, had a dare with Regina. A dare? An absurd dare. If I can put my head inside of Leon's mouth like you do, you have to go to the movies with me on a date. That's insane. Didn't he know how dangerous that is? We all thought he was being stupid too. But that lion was very old to begin with. And age brought with it countless experience in doing that very trick. Unfortunately, this particular time, I guess Leon wasn't ready or willing. And that's when the accident happened? He just wanted to take her out to the movies. Poor Bat. When Leon chomped down, I jumped towards him. Then Leon attacked me, and that's how I ended up. What about Bat? He's still in a coma. I went to the hospital yesterday to visit him. I see. I'm still waiting for him to open his eyes again, and that's the reason why I keep going. Bat and Regina, they were such great friends. Oh yeah, I want you to take a look at this. What is it? This is the scarf my brother was wearing when Leon attacked him. Gross, it's covered in blood. This scarf. It was a present from Regina to my brother on the day of the accident. When he did it, he looked like he was smiling. He? Leon, obviously. Oh! When he bit down on Bat's head, the expression on Leon's face looked like a grin. Nick? I know. Mo said the same thing. What do you think it all means? Oh no, I'll be taking that scarf if you don't mind. Who said? Oh no! It's my karma! I've already heard everything, so hand over the scarf. But the scarf is evidence in the trial. That is for me to decide. I think we should begin our preparations now, Acro. Preparations? I've served a summons to Acro to appear in court tomorrow as a witness. Acro, we'll talk more at the prosecutor's office. Acro? A witness? Come, Acro, let's go to the office. Yes, ma'am. No! Now what do we do, Nick? How are we going to handle tomorrow? Don't worry about it. I'll figure something out. Look at you, all full of confidence. You must have found something you can use. This is all beginning to come together now. Well, he got birds on him because he's a cool guy, and animals. Well, you missed it earlier. Animals seem to love him. He says he's a fucking Disney princess. Cause who is that boy I see sitting there? Birds on his knee. When will his reflection show? I don't know. But I don't know. Alright. Good morning, Max. Oh, yeah. Good morning, sweeties. You don't seem like your usual sparkling self today. I'm always like this before I go in front of an audience. I'm working up to it.
Don't get nervous, Maxie. Here, have a glass of milk.
Regina! Oh, how fabulous! My sweetie pie princess! You came to watch my performance today.
Of course I did. Mo told me that I should come and watch this.
Mo said that?
So, what kind of performance will you put on today? Let me guess, you'll fly at the end?
It's not that kind of show. Isn't that right, my sweeties?
Huh?
I think my sweetie pie princess doesn't. Yeah, she doesn't seem to realize what's going on, or even where she is.
Well, Max, it looks like it's time to raise the curtain. I'll see you later. Today I'm just a member of the audience.
Fabulous. Enjoy yourself out there.
Good luck, Max. You're the best.
Regina's different, don't you think, Nick? Then Jacksepticeye comes in. Top of the morning to you! Everybody, let's get ready to get stuck in legal limbo! How low can you go? Mo. Top of the morning to you, governor! Top of the morning. That's the ticket! Attacking the day starts with the energy in the morning. The early bird gets the worm, but then again, worms lack higher brain function. Oh, here, Max, I brought you a present. Have some milk. Oh my, thanks. So how are you today, Wright? Well, I've got the feeling that today I'm gonna face off against the real culprit. You mean Acro?
What? Do you think he did it?
Be careful. He's used to putting his life on the line. Literally. He's got guts to spare. If all I gotta worry about is how thin the tightrope is, I'm used to it already. It just means that I won't be able to press him like I can the other witnesses.
What are you gonna do then, Nick?
I guess today we'll just have to do with our usual psychological warfare. Today, we rely on evidence. It's the only way we'll get past Acroton to the truth.
You're right, but it's gonna be tough.
Anyway, I want you to make sure that Regina sees it all today. It's important. Then she'll finally have to deal with the reality of what happened to her father. You want us to make sure Regina watches? Yes, that's why I brought her here to court today. Mo's a good person. Mo's a good guy. I like Mo. Even though he's such a pain in the ass. She wanted to see him fail? No. Hey, it's Jack. He's full of energy. Always laughing. It's top of the morning to you. He just needs to have some green on him, right? Change that orange hair to green. What's that supposed to mean? Well, she needs to know that when people die, they don't just become stars. Yeah, fucking Princess and the Frog. Don't get me started on that movie. I will rant for hours about it. I may be an old-fashioned clown, but I don't believe in people becoming stars. No, Mo is a good person. He is not a good clown. You have that backwards, lost one. Court is now in session. Wait! Schmack! Court is now in session for the trial of Maximilian Galactica. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well, Miss Von Karma, you may proceed with your case. The prosecution would like to revise its previous theory of events. What's the meaning of this? We have discovered a new witness, or shall I say, a new eyewitness. One that saw Maximilian Galactica fly off from the scene of the crime. Schmack! Order! It's too early for this! Y'all calm down. I had a feeling something like this would come up. Due to this revision, we are now prepared to explain how the defendant flew that night. An explanation the prosecution will present if the need so arises. In fact, my detective stayed up all night creating a mock-up of the scene. on my orders. Oh, poor Gumshoe.
Schmack! Well, very well. Please call your witness to the stand.
Time to get to work, or shall I say, time to walk the courtroom tightrope. You like his joke? Yeah, I mean, they're cringe in a good way. Name and occupation. Ken Dingaling, but everyone calls me Acro. I'm employed as an acrobat at the Very Big Circus. Where were you on the night of the crime? I was in my room that night. If you look at the map, you will see the witness's room is near the crime scene. My room was on the 3rd floor. The crime scene is below my window. The night of the crime, the witness saw something quite shocking. Would you tell us what you witnessed? Okay. What I witnessed. It was just after 10 p.m. and I was resting in my bed. Around that time, I heard a large thump noise from outside the window. Then a few moments later, I saw someone flying right by my window. It was Max Galactica. I only saw him from behind, but that's who it looked like. To be honest, when I saw that, I thought I was dreaming.
Well, this witness testimony matches up exactly with that of the clown.
If that's the case, there is very little the prosecution need add. All that's left is to explain how the defendant disappeared into the sky that night. Before we get that far, I'd like to cross-examine the witness. A foolish choice by a foolish fool who wishes to feel the foolish sadness of a sad fool. A man must know the proper timing for things, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Just like your old friend, Mr. Miles Edgeworth did.
Mr. Wright, do you have a problem with the witness testimony?
Yeah, last one you missed earlier. She talked about how her revenge isn't for her dad. She wants revenge for Edgeworth. She's mad at Phoenix for Edgeworth leaving. So there's that.
Mr. Wright, do you have a problem with the witness testimony?
In the words of Miss Von Karma, may I quote yesterday's proceedings? Fuck no!
Very well. You may proceed with your cross-examination.
It was just after 10 p.m. when I was resting in my bed. You said that you were resting in bed. One would thus assume that you turned the lights off in your room, correct? That's correct. But there are safety lights around the outside of the lodging house. It's so bright, sometimes it can make it hard to sleep.
If that's the case, wouldn't it be a good idea to close some curtains?
I never really thought of that. I guess that means I'm off to buy some curtains.
Well, sometimes I do make myself useful in these chambers. Ow!
The witness will proceed with his testimony. Around that time, I heard a large thump noise from outside the window. Your room is on the 3rd floor, right? Yes. And you said that you were resting in bed. That is correct. But you were still able to hear a sound from outside? I was indeed. Pressing acro doesn't seem to get results. But maybe something was contradictory in what he just said now. Could there have been? No. Wait, we just started. I don't think there's nothing wrong. I'm gonna leave it.
What's the matter, Mr. Wright?
Nothing, Your Honor. Until I can find a clear contradiction, I should tread lightly. Why did I let birds in court? You say that now, do you remember in the last game that I actually interrogated a parrot? Yeah. So you know, it happens. Again, then a few moments later, I saw someone flying right from my window. Are you sure it was a human being? It could have been a mannequin, or perhaps a large action figure. Well, setting aside the possibility of a mannequin, an action figure is plausible. You have no need to mince words with Mr. Phoenix Wright. Testify to the truth and only the truth, just as if we were there with you that night. I believe it was a human. Damn, I just strengthened his testimony. I wonder if Acro's statement jives with the facts.
What's the matter, Mr. Wright?
Nothing, Your Honor. was Max Galactica. I only saw him from behind, but that's what he looked like. The light in your room was turned off then, right? That's true. I was going to bed after all. So, with the lights off, you were still able to clearly see a human fly by your window. The safety lights lit things up enough around for me to see. But honestly, there was only enough light for me to see the silhouette outside my window. It was a person's back, so I couldn't see the white roses in the front. Did you see any of the other symbols? I clearly saw the silk hat, as well as the cloak wrapped around his body. I'm convinced that the person I saw was Max Galactica. The more I press him, the less results I seem to get. But maybe there was something fishy with his last bit of statement. I talked to right here for color. Yep. They're just here to show that he's a good person. I like how the text box has to wait for the bird to adjust itself before it continues. I'm pretty sure there's a contradiction here, because he saw him from the back, and he didn't actually see him. I mean... Oh, he saw the silk hat. We found the silk hat at the crime scene. He couldn't have seen the silk hat because the silk hat wasn't there when he left. We established that with Mo yesterday. Okay, so the contradiction is it's got to be the hat. There is a huge contradiction with the testimony that was just given. If there's a contradiction, then prove it with evidence. Well, she's right. Let's show some evidence. Bam! You claim to have seen the exact same thing that Mo saw that night. Do you stand by that? What do you mean? The silk hat? What about the silk hat? I saw it on Max's head as he flew by my window. Well, you should have tried looking down out of your window that night. That would have been quite difficult, considering the state I'm in. Just looking outside the window was a tough enough challenge for me. That's a shame, because you would have noticed the silk hat found on the scene! That's the ringmaster's hat, right? Afraid not. No matter how you look at it, this is Max's silk hat. Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright? Are you saying that Max has two silk hats? No, this is a handmade, one-of-a-kind model made for Max Galactica only. Yeah, it did fall off. We established that yesterday. Which means that Acro, that you've been fibbing on the stand. Smack! Order! Order! As always, it looks like someone just had to open their mouth before thinking. Are you okay, Nick? Well, I opened my big mouth and now I have to back it up. Well, how about it, Mr. Wright? What would cause this witness to commit perjury in this court today? Oh boy, do I just call him out like that? I don't think he has a grudge against it. But even Mo said it. Francis, oh my god, I haven't seen you forever! How you doing, boy? And yes, I do play GTA. I haven't played it for a long time. I started playing 5 because I wanted to do roleplay. And with all these games that I got recently, I had to delete it. So I still have it. I'm still in the middle of playing through the story of 5, but I haven't played in a while. I'm just gonna go with it. Your Honor, on this occasion, the defense accuses Acro himself. On this occasion? Accusing Acro? What in the world are you accusing him of? Obviously, we accuse him of the murder of Mr. Russell Berry. Smack! Oh my gosh, smack! Mr. Wright, are you serious? Deadly serious, Your Honor. I think your trips to the circus have served you well. You seem to have learned how to try and grab an audience's hearts and minds. Your Honor, don't allow yourself to be swayed by theatrics. Trying to wow the crowd with smoke and mirrors is the oldest bluff in the book. Really? If you don't believe me, just look at the witness. He is calm enough for it to be almost scary. He is staying rather calm and collected. You got that internship? Congratulations, man! That is awesome! I'm so proud of you! I like hearing about all you guys and your jobs and schooling tests and stuff. Death by a wheelchair? Not exactly. Well, he is staying rather calm and collected. Mr. Dingling, do you have any response to the defense's accusation? I don't really need to say a thing, do I? What do you mean? Well, everyone, take a good look at me. I can't even stand up for myself, let alone leave the lodging house. Well, yeah, that's true. I understand that Mr. Wright is just trying to help his client. But to do this by accusing me of murder, of all things? See, even a sliver of common sense makes it clear the accusation is ludicrous. She's right! Way to pick on the disabled, you heartless, cruel man! Phoenix Wright's an asshole! See that, Mr. Phoenix Wright? If you're trying to drum up support from the peanut gallery, that's how you do it. I think that's enough of this little game. I've got a doctor's note to confirm that Acro is unable to stand under his own power. Maybe the defense is planning on making a claim to counter this as well. I can hear the defense now. Acro had an accomplice. What do you say about this, Mr. Wright? Did Acro have an accomplice? Everyone thinks I'm picking on the cripple, but it's not true. I'm not picking. Well, of course he didn't. Now then, this must be when we get to hear the name of the mystery accomplice. Not this time, Von Karma. What? You're not gonna sucker me into this one. What are you blabbering about, Mr. Wright? There's no accomplice. Acro planned and committed this murder all by himself. Smack, smack, smack! Order! Order! What are you getting at? Way to keep them on their toes, Nick. Now I'm gonna have to prove how it all fits together. I have to show how Acro murdered Russell Berry. Can you do it, Nick? Can you really do that? I know what I can't do. I can't stop now. If I stop attacking, I'm doomed. Alright, then let's do it. Mr. Phoenix Wright, if this witness is the killer, then his eyewitness account is all lies, right? Mr. Wright, I'd like you to clear up something for me. When a crime was committed, exactly where was Mr. Dingling? He was in his room! Ugh. He was obviously here the entire time. That's Acro's room? Pretty simple, huh? Acro wasn't able to leave the lodging house by himself. In that case, there can be only one correct answer. Acro didn't leave his room to kill the ringmaster. What? Are you nuts? What say you, Mr. Dingling? He did a 360 on the dead body. T-pose on the body for dominance. It's an interesting theory. That's it? Considering that what you propose is impossible, yes, that's it. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. Well, as the witness has stated, your assertion is impossible. As he is in a wheelchair, there's no way he could go to the scene of the crime or be the killer. You've got a point. It seems you've forgotten once again, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The defendant was clearly spotted at the scene of the crime. Well, that's true. Mo said that he saw Max, didn't he? But, Maya, it's still impossible for humans to fly. Do you mind if I ask a question, Mr. Wright? What is it? I understand some of your logic. However, how do you think that I killed him? If I can't leave my room, I obviously couldn't wear Max's costume. How did he do it? That's the next course of this legal buffet. Be careful, Nick. If you mess up here... Oh, she's right. I can't mess up here. I gotta give this one some serious thought. I'm sure that Acro killed the ringmaster, and he did it while he was in his room. No doubt about it.
Time to enlighten us on how Mr. Dingaling committed the crime, Mr. Wright.
Oh, you know what? You know what? You know what? The statue has gone missing and we don't know where it is. I think you brained him with the statue. I'm gonna present some evidence.
So, what did Mr. Dingaling use? What's that, a picture?
It is indeed. The problem is with the item that's shown in the picture. Come on, Judge.
The bust?
It's quite a large bust, and because it is life-size, it is also very, very heavy. Heavy? Heavy enough to guarantee a certain death. Especially if it was dropped from a third-story window. What? Oh, see? This is how Acro was able to kill the ringmaster. Tiny lines might have told him while another person pulled him away. Well, considering he's an acrobat, he has to have some massive upper body strength. So I'm quite sure he could have done it all by himself. Because that boy got the muscles. With the force of gravity and Maximilian Galacticus' ample bust.
Smack! Smack! Order! Order! So you're saying that the bus fell onto the ringmaster?
A rather simple crime. Even if you were stuck in a wheelchair, it would be incredibly easy to commit. How could you possibly wield a wheelchair with something so heavy? It's impossible. Well, Acro is an acrobat. Here we go. Here we go. He should have more than enough upper body strength to carry something like the bust.
Smack! Mr. Dingaling, how do you respond to these charges?
Well, Acro's at a loss for words. He should be. He knows that I'm getting close to the truth. Well, Acro, you can't run away from the— Ouch! I'd watch what I say if I were you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? Your Honor, the physical health of the witness is material to this case. I demand that we get proper testimony from the witness himself.
Testimony, you say?
Fun karma. She's just using this testimony as a rouse to stall for time. There's absolutely no need for such testimony. The defense has its version of the murder. The prosecution has the right to respond.
Smack! The defense objection is overruled.
Oh, why can't he see things my way once in a while?
Mr. Dingaling, I'm sorry, but we need you to testify about your physical condition. If you have any doubts about your ability to testify, we can request expert testimony.
The witness will have no problems. However, let's all be respectful towards him. Thank you. Oh my god, that woman will sing to any low to win a case. Acro's physical state. I suppose I could have lifted something the size of that bust. I have a strong upper body from working as an acrobat, and only my legs were injured. However, lifting the bust and looking out the window would have been impossible. There's no way I would have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. That makes it impossible for me to have known the location of the ringmaster's head. Thus, it would be unrealistic for me to drop that bust on him, don't you think?
Well, I have no doubts in regard to this witness testimony.
It was impossible for him to lift the bust and stick himself out far enough to look. Not to mention that he could not have known the location of the ringmaster's head. A single false step would have led to even more severe injuries.
Well, that's what I was thinking. What's your opinion on the matter, Mr. Wright?
I'd still like to proceed with my cross-examination. He's simply stalling. It's shameful, really. Oh my god, I can't let her get to me. I gotta focus. I suppose I could have lifted something the size of that bust. Have you ever lifted up the bust before? No, I've never actually lifted it up with my own two hands. But I should get to it, don't you think? I can't let money outdo me on this. Money? That crazy monkey has lifted the Max's bust before? Well, please continue with testimony, Mr. Dingling. I have a strong upper body from working as an acrobat, and only my legs were injured. So, what have you been doing to keep in shape? Well, honestly, I've given up on training. I don't have any plans to return to the trapeze or to the tightrope. You don't say. But no offense, I'm not worried about losing to you in a race or anything. Neither am I, Mr. Phoenix Wright! I wouldn't lose either, Slowpoke! I mean, Nick! Whoa! 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 How did I get turned on blast here? I suppose you could say that I'm stronger than the average bear. However, lifting the bus out and looking out the window would have been impossible. And why is that? Because if I were to do that, I'd end up falling out of the window myself. I still haven't gotten much feeling back in my legs yet. Oh, sure, you couldn't have thrown that bus out the window. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. How long do you think your recovery will take? You have to remember that my nerves were severely damaged. I'm currently undergoing some extremely intensive rehabilitation, but it's still going to take a while before I'm back to 100%. Let me remind you of another very important point. If the witness was carrying the bust, he would not have been able to see out below the window. That makes it impossible for me to have known the location of the ringmaster's head. Why do you say it would have been impossible? Allow me to explain. You accept that if I was carrying the bust, I couldn't see it below the window. Thus, there's no way I would actually know the location of the ringmaster's head. Well, I suppose you've got a point. Hey, Nick? Huh? What if you turn things around? Maybe if you think of it sort of like this. Someone's on the roof? Not quite. No. But if there was some way, if he knew the location of the ringmaster's head, then he could drop the bus. Was there a way that he could have guaranteed where the head would be? That does make sense. If only I could prove it somehow. But Acro knew the location of the ringmaster's head without looking down. Think about what the ringmaster found at the scene of the crime. There's a very big clue there, and it is in my court record. I think I've already explained things sufficiently. Thus, it would be unrealistic for me to drop the bus on him, don't you think? If all you had to do was drop it, then it wouldn't have been a problem at all. If all I had to do was drop it, you're right, I could have done that. However, there's no way that I could land a direct hit on the ringmaster's head. Sure, that kind of makes your theory a bit pointless, doesn't it, Mr. Wright? Acro is strong enough to lift up the bust. The main problem is how he could have aimed for the ringmaster's head. I wonder if he used some kind of tool to aim for the ringmaster. That's the ticket, Nick. Show him what you got. Okay, so... it's all here. It's all the ogre. At least I remember this, Acro. You didn't really need to lean out the window, did you? What are you driving at, Mr. Wright? You already knew ahead of time where the ringmaster's head was going to be. Quite precisely, I may add. You're silly hinting at things that's pointless, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Enough stalling. How about you show us some evidence? But I did such a good job hinting. Yes. Hurry up and explain things, Mr. Wright. Well, maybe you should have a look at this. The key point here is the wooden box. The same wooden box that the victim was found hunched over? The same. The question is, who placed the wooden box here? Who? When Ben and company saw the ringmaster, they didn't see him holding a box. Which means that this wooden box was already placed at the scene of the crime. Well, I have to admit that your theory makes a lot of sense. The moment that the bus came falling down was exactly the same moment that the ringmaster lifted up this wooden box. Which means that the answer to all these questions is now crystal clear. You mean, if the bus were to fall upon the point marked out by the wooden box, then there'd be no way it could miss the head of the victim. No! Holy smacking shit! Order! 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 This is unbelievable! Finally, some of these loose ends are starting to tie themselves up. Now I just gotta keep going, and there's only one way to go from here. Forward! Schmack! Well, so the next question I have is, who placed that wooden box at the scene? It was Mr. Dingling, of course. He connected it to a rope, and then all he had to do was lower it down. Ow! Allow me to whip some sense into you. Oh, Mr. Phoenix Wright! Ow! Ow! Why? The ringmaster's head could have been anywhere when he lifted the box. That's why the box was specially made. Specially made? Indeed. It had the most peculiar feature. I think, I was gonna say it was the lock, but I can't say that here. I know the box was super heavy, so maybe, because it was like, why was it super heavy if there was just a bottle of pepper in there? So I'm gonna go with the weight. So he'd have to do the old to lift it up. The box has a remarkable weight. Weight? Well, according to the court record, it weighs 20 pounds. Aha! Just to lift up this wooden box would have required... Oh, I see. One would have to squat down, then lift up with their body, wouldn't you? Lift with your knees, Judge. You don't want to hurt yourself. That's exactly what I was trying to point out. The box is also very large. The box also has carrying handles on either side, doesn't it? That is correct. To lift up the box, you'd have to squat down. Which means that no matter who you are, your head would be in approximately the same place. Fool! Does he even bother to listen to me anymore? I've heard what you've had to say. I must admit, I'm shocked at your imaginative skills. Order, order! I will have a small burger and a shot of fries. Ba-dum-tsh. That's when you hear Mo in the background of the audience. Oh, he ordered lunch! Did you do it? Did you place his wooden box in Plaza? Mr. Wright may have a vivid imagination, but I could never have done what he's proposing. What? Mr. Wright, do you recall the original location of Max's bust? Yeah, I remember. It was in the cafeteria. Of course I remember. It was on top of the table in the cafeteria. Oh, then what happened to it? I'd like you to remember one important fact, Mr. Wright. I could not possibly leave the lodging house by myself. Ah, that means... You understand what I mean, don't you? I may very well have been able to drop the bus from my room. However, how would I have gotten the bus from the cafeteria to my room? You see, Mr. Phoenix Wright, explain that. Don't forget, you said there was no accomplice. Oh, no! Tell us exactly how the witness would have carried the bus from the cafeteria. Yep, we definitely have a problem here. But this is no place to get perplexed. I've got to get my wits about me and prove how things happen once and for all. Alright, Mr. Wright, let's hear your explanation. How did the witness get the bus from the cafeteria back to his room? Well... That's... easy. He, It has to be Money the Monkey. It has to be that goddamn monkey. I know it wasn't his accomplice, but maybe... The monkey would have done it anyways. The bus was shiny. And he himself said he couldn't let money outdo him. I'm gonna go with it. This is the only thing I can say. A monkey? Everyone knows about Money. He loves shiny objects of any size. Oh, like when he showed the ventriloquist ring. So, are you saying the witness had a monkey steal the bust? Of course he didn't order the monkey to steal it. The monkey stole it on his own, and then brought it back home. Money lives in Acro's room. Acro's room? But the bus was bronze, wasn't it? Bronze isn't all that shiny. Maybe you should put the whip down sometimes and read the court record, ya ho! My, those are some very nice cards he's holding. Yes, and they are made of platinum, which is very shiny. What? Acro? Money is a strong monkey, right? It'd be easy for him to bring that bus back to your room. If he wasn't able to handle that himself, I'd be on the market for a new roommate.
Smack, smack, smack! Order! Order! I said order! Miss for karma! Where's the bus in question at this moment?
I don't know. We're searching for it as we speak.
Oh, this is a rather strange turn of events. But let's say that the monkey had not stolen the bus. Oh, well, what would have happened then?
Well, in that event, something else would have been used as the murder weapon. Wait. Then you mean this bus was the murder weapon purely by accident? It's possible. Maybe Acro saw Money's mountain of stolen goods and thought to use one of them. Anyways, I think we've more than proven one critical fact. Namely, that it was entirely possible that Acro was the murderer. Moron!
Smack! Oh my gosh, smack! Mr. Wright's argument was so circular, I'm still a bit dizzy. However, his argument does hold water. There's no denying that. Ow!
Don't seem so flamboozled. Flamboozled? Flamboozled. Especially by this fraud of an attorney. Fraud? You've forgotten the absolute most important thing, Mr. Phoenix, right? And that is... You should know. You forgot that your fraud of a magical client was spotted at the scene of the crime. There's no reason to doubt the clown's testimony.
Or, that's true. How do you respond to that, Mr. Wright?
Nick, don't let her beat you now. I won't. This is my chance to turn this trial around. When the murder occurred, there were two people at the scene of the crime. One was the victim, Russell Berry, and the other was the murderer himself. Answer this and only this, Mr. Phoenix, Wright. Who was the murderer the clown saw? I know the answer. Can I show it here? Why, it was this. Take that! He saw Max's... Ouch! I asked who the other person Mo saw on the scene. That evidence has nothing to do with the question. Bitch! Au contraire, mon frere. It does indeed have something to do with the question. If you just shut up and let me explain. Mo said that he saw Max's silhouette. But he did not actually see the man himself. It wasn't a human being he saw.
Holy smack! What the... Oh, how is that possible?
It's simple, really. What Mo actually saw that night was Max's bust. What are you talking about? Have you tried using your brain at all in this case? The silhouette he saw was wearing a cloak. There's no reason why you couldn't attach a cloak to the bust. It would have been easy to hang off one of the cards in the bust's hands. Idiot! Who in the right mind would put a cloak on the bust? It doesn't matter who put it on the bust.
Wait, just a moment, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bust? That question is of the utmost importance in this case, don't you agree?
Oh, he caught me.
So let's have it, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bus?
Well, if you think about it, it had to be the person who was wearing it.
Fool! Him? You're saying it was the victim himself, Russell Berry?
That's what I'm saying. The victim himself placed the cloak on the bust? Place the cloak isn't really the right way of putting it.
Alright, then what would be the right way to putting it, Mr. Wright?
Explain yourself! Nick, do you really have a handle on all this? I'm fine, Maya. I'm finally putting all the pieces. There's really only one picture I can paint anyways. Alright. So you want to know what really happened that night? Let's step back in time. Acro used a rope to lower the wooden box onto the seat. Then he attached that rope to the bust and dangled the bust out of his bedroom window, directly above the wooden box. At the same time, the ringmaster told Max to wait in his room and went to the scene. Of course, at the time, the ringmaster was wearing Max's costume. Perhaps he didn't want anyone to recognize him that night. But just as he feared, he was spotted at the entrance of the lodging house by none other than a ventriloquist and his puppet, Ben and Trilo. When the ringmaster arrived at the scene, he bent over to lift the wooden box. And that's when Acro took his chance and released the rope. Now, this is when the magic happens. At the very instant that the bust hit the victim, You wait just a second there, Mr. Phoenix Wright. As much as you try, as much as you scheme, this just isn't true. It can't be! It's still a little early to be getting so upset, Miss Von Karma. This circus isn't over yet. What? The impact of the bust on the victim threw the cloak up, which snagged onto the bust. That impact also caused the sound a certain witness heard, prompting him to take a look. That witness was, of course, Lawrence Mo Curls the Clown. When Mo looked out his window, the cloak had already been snagged onto the bust, and now, having completed the crime, Acro naturally went about pulling up the murder weapon. Of course, he had no idea that Mo saw the bust being raised with the cloak dangling on it. Eggman was turned sunny side up. He got cracked. First he was over easy, and now he's sunny side up. And he got poached, and his brains got scrambled. Insert all the egg puns here. Primarily because in his wheelchair, he couldn't see out of his window. So, he just kept pulling the bust up. And that is how the magical murderer disappearing into the sky came to be. So you see, the only person who could have pulled this off is the one person who was able to drop the murder weapon from above the crime scene. Acro, it could only have been you! Acro's been playing mind games with all of us. He sure has. But he has come to the end of his rope now. So... what now? You've graced us with a rather long-winded tale. But do you have any evidence to prove your fairy tale is true? Evidence? In this court, only two things matter. The power of evidence and the power of my whip. Schmack! Don't forget the power of my gavel as well! Mr. God damn it, Judge. Mr. Wright, the prosecution brings up a good point. Can we see some evidence? Nick, they say they want evidence. I just explained how there can only be one possible murder method, but if there's still something unusual about Mo's eyewitness account. But there is. Unusual? A contradiction, actually. Okay then, use that and get out of this jam. Schmack! That's enough of talking amongst yourselves. Proceed, Mr. Wright. Present some evidence to the court that backs up your claims. I want hard proof that you have unraveled the trick to this magic case. What more could I even show you? Like... Mo didn't see the flowers. No one has seen the flowers. I think that's what Fig's trying to point out. I think I remember I have to use this poster to show the shit. God, look at that penalty. That is a thick penalty. Why is it so chunk? It's the big chungus. Don't hurt me. The problem is Max is 3-7. Okay, good. Whew. You know, the silk hat, the cloak, and the white roses. I did it. Those symbols were a problem numerous times during yesterday's proceedings. Yesterday, there were 2 contradictions in Mo's testimony. The silk hat was one, the white roses were the other. But the theory I just presented explains all of these contradictions. It's not like Mo. God, right? Fucking Mo's penalty. Fucking get. Oh my god. I felt it in my soul. You fool. Do you ever shut up? Max's silk hat was found at the scene of the crime. However, remember what Mo said yesterday? He testified that the criminal he saw fleeing the scene was wearing the silk hat. And there's only one explanation for that. The silk hat that Mo saw was actually the bust. Schmack! Or, that makes sense. If you look at it that way, then he did see the silk hat. Well, sort of. Fine, you've got one, but what about the other contradiction? The other contradiction? Remember what that ventriloquist said in court? He said that he witnessed the white roses on Max's chest that night. But the clown's testimony doesn't match. The clown said that there were no white roses. I'd like you to try it and explain that one away. Can you do it, Nick? Of course I can. I can explain all of it. What was that? Please recall the instant when the cloak snagged onto the bust. If the cloak snagged onto the bust, what happened to the white roses? Do you get it yet? If the cloak got snagged onto the front of the bust, it means that the white roses would end up on the back of the bust. Gah! Which explains why Mo didn't see them. The white roses were not visible because they were on the back side of the bust. Smack! 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 Order! Order! This is quite a shocking state of affairs. But Mr. Wright's theory still sounds a bit absurd to me. However, let's just keep going down this road for a while, and let's see where it leads. Let's do this, Nick. Then maybe Von Karma will finally throw in the towel. Bitch. Oh my god. Oh my god. Look at that stank face. Look at that stank face. Well, so much for that theory. Mr. Wright, do you mind? What is it? You took the time to research our circus, didn't you? Well, yes, I did. Is there something making you think I didn't? If you did, then maybe you'll understand why I think you're off track. Why is that? Motive. This witness feels an incredible debt of gratitude towards the ringmaster. Anyone with any relation to the circus is well aware of this. Yes, I'm gonna play Subnautica after this. I was going to play Subnautica, but the sun was out bright and shiny. It's gone down now. But I wasn't going to be able to see, and I'm about to go to the disease research place, and I want to be able to see where I'm going because I don't want to die. So yeah, I'm going to play Subnautica right after this. Thus, there is absolutely no way someone like this would kill the ringmaster. Smack! Your Honor? I think this is... Yeah, this is the very... And this is, no, there's one more part to the trial after this. Yeah. So, though I might stop it. Oh man, it's almost the end of the trial. Ugh, no. Yeah, I'm gonna finish up this part, and then I'm gonna play Subnautica, and I'll save the end of this case for next time, so I can just finish it and then jump right into the next case. Your Honor, I'd like you to hear Acro's story. Learn about his relationship with the Ringmaster and his life up until now. What what did we do? There's no doubting that Acro deeply respected the Ringmaster. Acro's motive. Schmack! Well, it seems that this case isn't over yet. Very well. However, I feel this is a good place to take a break. As he says that. I will listen to the rest of Mr. Dingling's testimony after the recess. This court will not take a 10-minute recess. Durr. To be continued. Acro felt mad at the Ringmaster for letting him keep the lion, so he killed the Ringmaster. Oh no, he didn't keep the lion. He killed the lion. The lion was murdered. The Ringmaster took the lion out back and shot him right after the murder happened. You're on the right track though, because the motive that Acro has for this does have to do with the incident with the lion. So you are super close. Super close. But you have to think about who Acro tried to give the note to, and who is it that Acro hates the most in the circus. Think about that. I keep saving, like gamers do. Okay, so I'm going to stop the Phoenix Wright stream here. Next time, it's just the last part of this trial, and then it'll be the end of that, and then we can jump into the last case. So I'm going to switch over to Subnautica, so I'll be back in just a few. So see you guys soon.